Lady Colin Campbell, this new picture released this week by Meghan Markle showing Prince Archie clinging for dear life to her leg has raised so much consternation for a whole load of reasons. Firstly,
Another royal firestorm is brewing. Lady Colin Campbell has just unleashed her most savage takedown yet of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. In her latest video, she claims the couple is pimping out their son Archie for money and public relations.
it looks photoshopped. His leg position is identical, do you remember, to the Christmas card last year. But let's just assume for 1 second that this is a genuine photo. What on earth is she releasing that for? And does this lend more credibility to your theory that actually Archie could be in a bit of trouble?
Well, I don't think anybody has actually commented on it before, but I'm going to. I mean, if any child of mine had put his hand there, because look at where the hand is. It's practically on her private parts. It's certainly adjoining her private parts. I mean, which mother would allow a child look at where the child's hand is? I mean, there's something deeply disturbing to me about it. And then he's hanging on for dear life. And unless, of course, it was a momentary thing and he grabbed her to say something to her, but he's almost tripping her up. And the whole thing is so bizarre and contrived. But then Meghan is bizarre and contrived. But I mean, I don't know why anybody else hasn't noticed how disquieting where those child's hands are placed. I mean, look, what do you think?
Yeah, she went there. So what exactly did she say? Why now? And what does this mean for the already tense relationship between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family? Let's get into it.
I think it's really disturbing. I really do. And obviously we know too that she is releasing these pictures for commercial reasons. She is effectively now pimping out her children to try and plug her product range, which goes totally against everything her husband wants. And by the way, everything that they claim to be caring about. Do you remember all of the stuff about social media and protecting kids from social media until she's got a product to sell, and that has gone all out the window? It's only a matter of time, isn't it, before these children are just like the latest Kardashian or like Beyonce's poor young teenager or like the Beckham children. That is the path unless Harry gets control of this. And it doesn't look like he's going to get control of it because he's cucked.
Well, it's also in breach of the Sandringham Agreement.
Oh, yeah. But everything they do is, I mean, come on. They don't give a damn. Well, she doesn't give a damn.
No, she doesn't. But I struggle to understand why the king still has them on the website and why there is still a link to their website from the royal website. I just don't understand the thinking, or the lack of thinking is more likely to be the factor that is behind all of this. And, you know, but I would not be surprised if the royal family's advisors are not behind the scenes looking and watching and waiting and thinking, Prince Nikolai of Denmark being a model, this is not such a good idea. And that they might be giving her hopefully enough rope to hang herself with, to then say, right, those children are being commercialized, you're not allowed to do it, and therefore we need to look about the possibility of finding a way of either stopping that or maybe altering the act of settlement and the line of succession.
Well, I hope so. I absolutely hope so. And surely they have to be doing something, because the thing is, Lady C, this isn't getting any better. It's getting worse. And look, Charles, obviously, we cut him some slack, don't we? And actually, we cut William some slack, because over the past 18 months, I'm sure you agree, Lady C, they have had one focus and one focus only, and it has been their health, and it has been keeping the royal show on the road. And I'm pretty sure you agree with me that they have done a damn good job in almost impossible circumstances, actually. And I think a lot of people who criticize them forget that. However, this problem ain't going away. It's getting worse.
Lady Campbell, best known for her brutally unfiltered takes on royal drama, dropped the bomb during a YouTube segment this week. She accused Harry and Meghan of pimping out Archie by using carefully curated images, birthday posts and public appearances as tools for attention, and worse, for profit.
Well, not only is it getting worse, but I'm sure you have heard as well that the most letters on any subject that the palace receives is on the whole issue of the line of succession.
Oh, yeah.
And this could actually be maybe a way of solving the problem. You know, if she's digging a hole that she's going to bury herself in, why would anybody stop her at this point? Let her continue digging. So, but I do think that certainly the king is not in any position health-wise to add to any stress and burdens that he already has. I mean, his cancer is not curable, or certainly, let me rephrase that, for public consumption. It is not yet cured, and there is no great prognosis that it will ever be cured. So he is having to live with treatment, and one of the things with cancer is you are not supposed to have any excessive stress. And the whole business of dealing with Harry and Meghan in a legal manner is, I mean, the public seems to think that Charles simply picks up a pen and decides, oh, I'm going to scratch them out of the line of succession. That's not how it goes. Harry is in the line of succession as a result of the act of settlement. The children are in the line of succession as a result of birth certificates that were provided to the authorities on the basis that they are valid birth certificates which confirm that he is the legitimate father and that Meghan gave birth to them. So that's why they're in the line of succession. But the king can't just chuck them out of the line of succession. Parliament would, oh, yes, the magnancy, and oh my goodness, but that's off. That middle picture is Archie before he took the dive between her knees at Birkenhead, which caused the whole thing to start with the press, because until then, Meghan and Harry had no overt complaints about the press, while within 2 days they were determined that the press would never be able to comment on the fact that Archie had prenatal abilities that would be the envy of Tom Daley, the great diver. Let's put it that way. So I've forgotten my point. What was my point?
Your point was there is very good reason to see them scrubbed from the line of succession. A whole load of issues. And perhaps they are just watching and waiting for the right moment. And this is something that we will obviously come back to. But Lady C, I want to move on to this extraordinary story this week, maybe the most bonkers story of the week. It's been lost because so much has been going on. But Meghan Markle has briefed that she believes, she is convinced, Lady C, that her new business ventures will make her a billionaire. This reporting in the Daily Telegraph by Victoria Ward, who does speak directly to Meghan's team. The Duchess of Sussex is convinced her new business ventures will make her extremely wealthy, the Telegraph can reveal. A well-placed source said Meghan thinks she is going to be a billionaire and that the team of executives she has hired can get her there.
She claims their motives are not about family, but about brand building. Lady C even said, "It's a marketing strategy. They're using their child as a pawn." Let's look at the timeline.
Delusional?
Let's remember that Victoria Ward is to a lesser extent amid scabies in skirts. She is the Telegraph's pro-Meghan plant that whenever they need to do anything that smacks of Meghan, Victoria Ward is the one who does it. But so we can depend on it that from Meghan's mouth to Victoria's fingertips and then onto the keyboard. So I don't think I can be any more graphic than that. Well, of course, Meghan has been convinced that if she moved to California, she was going to be the biggest star and all her dreams would be fulfilled, and that she would end up being a billionaire as a star. That didn't work. She and Harry, she promised Harry that she would move them to California, and not only would they become billionaires, but they would end up being bigger than William and Catherine and the whole of the British monarchy, because Harry's family had Britain and the Commonwealth. They would have the world. Well, and also that she was going to make them the most popular couple on earth, the most respected, the most revered, where everybody would listen to them because they were so knowledgeable and they were such great humanitarians. Well, has any of that happened? Absolutely not. So what's going to happen with this latest cock and bull story about Meghan becoming a billionaire as a result of this? It won't happen. It really won't happen. Had Meghan been as popular as Catherine is, and had Meghan had the figure that Catherine does, and had Meghan stayed in the family, and in the early days when she did have some influence fashion-wise, she might well have ended up being a millionaire, but she's certainly never going to be a billionaire. I mean, that's not how the fashion industry works. And I speak as a Dean's List student from the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, which is the world's greatest fashion college, and as somebody who actually used to be a designer, providing designs to She and Abracadabra, who were the two main boutiques in New York in the late 60s. So I'm not totally ignorant. Oh, and also my father's family were one of the leading department store owners in Jamaica. So I don't think I'm totally ignorant where mercantilism is concerned. And I can tell you something, Meghan has as much hope of becoming a billionaire as a result of link-ups with various fashion houses as I have of becoming the goddess of the universe, which is absolutely not a chance or hope.
The Sussexes have shared very limited photos and videos of Archie over the years, often through Netflix, Archwell promotions, or strategic birthday posts.
Well, the universe would be pretty damn cool if you were Lady C, I have to say that. Now, I've been desperate to get your reaction to Meghan's girl talk. So have a look at this. This was the trailer for what's it called? What's it called? Confessions of a Female Founder. Confessions of a Female Founder. And Nancy Sidley posted on this. So many successful podcasts show the footage of the people talking. It's more authentic and personal. My opinion as to why Meghan doesn't show herself in video form is because of constant mistakes and tripping over her words. Also, it could mean she is so terrible at interviews and making people feel at ease that they don't want you to see her tells. Allegedly, for me, it's her voice. That's going to be her downfall. It's so insincere. And I think, well, I think there's a really good point there because, Lady C, you know, we're both in this new media game now. Authenticity is everything. And yes, some people will just listen to us, but people want to have the choice. They want, in this day and age, to have the option to see us chatting if they want to, so that they can see our facial expressions, they can see that we're live, that this is unedited, etc., etc. Whereas Meghan has just decided to go with the audio version. Now, we'll do this in 2 goes. So here's how the trailer kicked off.
I'm Meghan, and this is Confessions of a Female Founder, a show where I chat with female entrepreneurs and friends about the sleepless nights, the lessons learned, and the laser focus that got them to where they are today.
And there's all the music, of course, Lady C, her favorite. But keep listening, because she's back.
We're diving into the highs.
It just started climbing and climbing and climbing, and there was 5,000, 10,000 people on our website. And I called Roger and said, what's going on?
And the lows.
I'm sitting there the next day. I've everybody. I'm broke. And no one's calling me.
Oh, no. And the kind of advice that turns small ideas into billion-dollar businesses.
I knew in that moment I'd rather stand for something than sell a whole ton of product and stand for nothing.
You have to detach from the outcome. You have to. It's a little bit like the way we talk to our children. It's, did you try your best?
Oh, God. I do note, Lady C, no Serena Williams, no Beyonce, no Taylor Swift.
No Oprah, Dan.
No Oprah. Not even Gayle King. She couldn't even get Gayle bloody King.
Oh, what about Gwyneth Paltrow?
her new BFF. So basically, this is a whole load of unknowns. And look, they might have interesting stories, but do we really think Meghan's the best person to get them talking business?
Well, the more I listen to Meghan interact with people, is the more I realize that she has the demeanor of a hooker. And I don't know if
what do you mean? Explain.
Well, you know, it's so artificial and it's so, oh, you're just so gorgeous. Oh, I'm so, oh, this is just so fabulous. I mean, did you ever see Jane Fonda in Clute? And then she checks to see if they're running out of time or not, and she realizes there's another 3 minutes to go, so she said, it's enthusiasm. I'm just so enthusiastic. Oh, it's just fascinating. It's the most important thing that ever happened. Not every word. And then time ran out. Time to go.
Out the door.
Critics say these appearances are always tied to launches, donations, or image-boosting PR stunts. Supporters argue this is normal celeb parent behaviour. But Lady C, she's having none of it. So what do you think?
But it's only recently that it's occurred to me. She has the demeanor of a hooker. It's a hooker's, and people, I think, pick up on this. And I mean, I'm pretty knowledgeable on the subject, and I'm rather more immersed in it than the average person. So if it's taken me all this time to twig where that is concerned, and I would imagine it will take the average onlooker even longer. But I think what I'm saying is absolutely true. And people pick up on the inauthenticity, and they pick up on the fact that not only is she totally inauthentic, but that she is so overtly over enthusiastic and such. It's, you can, with a bad actor you see the joy, and with Meghan you always see the joy. And I think that is her, I think that's what is tripping her up more than anything else. That, I mean, also she's supposed to be an intelligent woman. She's supposed to be a university educated woman. She's not supposed to be phoning like a 15-year-old hooker trying to pretend to be a 22-year-old courtesan, which is exactly what she comes across as being.
And Lady C, then we got part 2. And part 2 was all designed to convince us that Meghan's really just a girl's girl. You know, she just loves other women, Lady C. She's not competitive. She just wants to know about, their lives. And let's just have some girl talk, right? Watch.
And of course, we're going to get some girl talk. Are you saying you're not single now? Have I missed something in the past couple weeks? What's happening? Can we stay focused, please? Okay. And through it all, I'm building a business of my own and getting all sorts of practical advice along the way that I'm very excited to share with you. So join me for Confessions of a Female Founder from Lemonada Media, which, by the way, is also female-founded. Launching April 8th, wherever you get your podcasts. Let's do this, ladies. This is not Shark Tank. Think of this as Dolphin Tank.
Yes.
These are very friendly.
Dolphin Tank.
These are very friendly waters. It's all going to be good.
Confessions of a Female Founder, not Confessions of a Female Hooker, Lady C, just to be clear. But were you buying her little, we're just buddies. We're just doing our girl talk.
It's so phony. And, well, Dan, I have many friends who are female founders of really big businesses. One of my son's godmothers is one of the leading lights in the city of London. And I mean, there is no professional woman in a professional context is ever going to admit, let's put it that way, to mixing sex and profession. It's just not done. And if you're being professional, your private life and your sex life is kept totally separate. Certainly when you are discussing your professional life and your professional performance. And if you are then going to exploit your sexuality the way Meghan has done, because believe me, she hasn't got where she's got to totally vertically. There's been a lot of horizontal movement in it as well. And anybody who thinks to the contrary only needs to remember that Harry's nickname at the palace was BJ's Harry. So, and let's not forget why what was his name? The deal and no deal guy. I can't remember his name. The wife saw off Meghan when Meghan was going to.
Is Lady C speaking uncomfortable truth or going way too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm reading them all. And if you want more unfiltered takes on the royals, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that for notifications. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and stay royal watching.